So it got a little cool last night. Well, actually, I got a little warm. I turned the heater off, and then it dropped down in here. It was actually 57. I turned the electric heater back on high, and I had to crank up the buddy. So I got to run the buddy because I can't run my whole electrical load at one time because I'm just plugged into the house, so I only got 15 amps coming in. I tried to keep it down to 10. So I'm going to make coffee here in a minute, so I got to turn off this heater so I can turn the coffee pot on.
So you know how you want to watch your car odometer go over 100,000 miles? I wanted to watch my view count go over 2 million, and then I clicked on it, it was like blown way past it, so that was a bummer. But, oh shoot. But I'm super happy anyway. This is pretty cool. 1,700 subscribers, so thanks everybody, although there will probably maybe only be 61 of the 1,761 watching this video, but I appreciate it anyhow. And while we're on this page, here's a weird thing. So my morning wood videos usually get, I don't know, like 70 to 80 views, which is cool. I do them just for myself, and any views I get are just, you know, icing on the cake. But I make the video announcing that I'm moving it to the morning wood channel, and then geez, it perks up to 120 views. So now you start questioning, well, did I make the right choice? But I think a lot of that view count is just the title of the video saying it's moving, so people are tuning in to see what happened, and then they tune out. I know many of you who watch my videos are also content creators, and I don't know how much time you guys spend on your analytics, but every once in a while I go in there and poke around. I really don't make enough money on this channel to get into it too deeply, but like just for example, you can see my average view duration down there on the bottom right is 3 minutes 20 seconds on a 9-minute video. So it's kind of demoralizing when you look at it and see, you know, you're putting all this effort into a 9-minute video, and then, you know, 1/3 of it goes unwatched, or 2/3 of it go unwatched, but that's all right. The reason I make these videos in the first place is not necessarily to provide entertainment for everybody. It's to get myself off my ass, because making videos really gets me out of the camper to do stuff. And you know, if you find yourself sitting around making or watching hours and hours of YouTube videos, maybe consider making your own videos and getting out from behind the computer and do something with your life. Alright, this is not how I envisioned living in a camper to be. This is decidedly unpleasant. This was ice this morning. I got up, I'm walking out the door with a cup of coffee in one hand and my lunch pail in the other, and just about put it right on my butt. Anyhow, it's too dark. I got icicles up there, so I'm not happy about that. This little bit of snow does not keep someone from Wisconsin away from the grill. Okay, nothing's happening yet. Alright, that's better. Alright, these babies are done. Gonna toast me up a couple of buns and it's bratwurst time. Well, it's 30 degrees outside, which can only mean one thing. It's condensation season. One of these guys will make your life a whole lot easier. Oh, not much water. I must have just emptied it. Anyhow, without this, I would have a huge problem with mold and water buildup in my windowsills. But this is a pretty small unit right here. I'm trying to remember exactly the size. I think it's like 13 quart or something like that. But it's just enough to keep my windows dry when I have it turned on. The other day it was snowing out so bad. There's a car in the ditch on one side of the street, and then there's a car on the ditch on the other side of the house down the street. And then a couple of girls got stuck in our driveway trying to do a U-turn. That's how bad it was. I didn't even try getting out. My driveway, these tires are so bad. Look at that. So I'm going to try to put some snow tires on. The problem I had was I couldn't get the, I was able to get one lug nut off. Let me see if I can get down here. So I got that one in the top down, or the one on the top off, and couldn't get it with the bar. If I ever got a flat tire with these, I'd be screwed because I can't get the nuts off. So I'm going to try it with the impact brake. Alright, just the season to make Chex Mix. It's my annual tradition. I'm going to go ahead and make my Chex Mix today. I got my 2 boxes of 1 each rice and corn. And I like to put a variety of stuff in here that makes it awesome. I usually just use smoked almonds and nice cashews. I got some free mixed nuts this year, so I'll put those in, but I usually don't put those in. And then the piece that makes them awesome is the toffee nuts. I like the honey wheat pretzels and the honey mustard pretzels. These are nice, these roasted garlic rye chips. I throw in some goldfish and the toasted pita. Man, that Worcestershire sauce in this butter smells amazing. And the onion powder and the seasoning salt. I could almost drink this. That would be gross. I make this in layers. I start with the Chex Mix on the bottom. I could put these in the oven at about 225, 230, stir them every 15 minutes. Total bake time is 1 hour. And I add stuff to it every time I stir. I start with the Chex Mix first because that's about the only thing that doesn't have its own flavor. And then I'm going to put these pretzels in and just let that go for the first 15 minutes. When you make this recipe, it's going to look like you don't have enough sauce to drizzle over the top. I assure you it's going to work out. It somehow manages to spread, and after you stir it 4 times, everything is coated. I break everything up so it's about the same size as a piece of Chex, so you get a little more uniformity in the batch. It's a pain in the ass. I got the wood stove going because I need to clean the pellet stove that heats the house, and in order to clean the pellet stove, it's better if it's not burning hot. But it's 37 degrees outside, so you need some kind of heat, but it is so hot in here. I got that patio door open because I just can't take how hot it is. If you decide to use Triscuits or pita chips, you're going to want to put them in later into your stirring sessions, because these are just basically sponges and they'll soak up every bit of your butter and Worcestershire sauce. And so these will be heavily concentrated, and then you got plain nothing Chex in there. I add the toffee nuts, the honey mustard pretzel, and the rye chips at the end after it's all done baking, because I don't really need to add any flavor to these items. They have their own flavor that I want them to keep. Also, I don't want the candy coating on the toffee nut to melt off. I just, when I get done with everything, I just put them back in the whatever plastic containers I got left over. Even these little peanut containers work pretty good. This holds about 20 minutes worth of Chex Mix. So as you can see, it makes a pretty decent amount of Chex Mix. All I have to do is add these last couple pieces, stir it up, and call it a day. You gotta wait for this to cool down a little bit before you bag it up and seal everything, because it's kind of got to off gas and steam the moisture out of it, or you'll end up with soggy mix. I don't do anything with the pretzel pizzas or with these garlic chips as far as breaking them down into smaller pieces. The feedback has been, don't do that, because people love this stuff. So I'm going to try to stir that up without spilling it all over the kitchen and package it. Just to give you an idea how much this makes, I filled up all these containers and I still have 2 pans left to package up.